Welcome to Rom Wills Money Matters. Develop a wealth consciousness. Now, I'm gonna tell you what. I can talk about businesses on here, on different type of businesses. I can tell you about managing your money, but the thing you have to develop before you can do all of that, you have to have a wealth consciousness. See, one of the things I've found and other people have talked about is generally a wealth consciousness. Some people have a wealth consciousness while other people have a poverty consciousness. You know? See, one thing, when you have a poverty consciousness, well, one, you're always going to think you're poor. Two, you're not going to do what it takes to actually make money. You have a lot of people, they're comfortable living that day-to-day existence where they're not developing the financial house as well. You know, they get a job and they pay their bills. Boom. You know, they spend a lot of money wherever they live on things that they don't really need. It's like they're not putting away money. They're not investing. They're not even like really buying wealth reducing liabilities. Like they ain't getting some big old car or truck or house or some other stuff that can reduce their wealth. They make their money and they spend it. You know, they don't have a savings because they're spending their money. And usually they're spending it all on, you know, of course, just a rent or mortgage. Well, yeah, if they poor, usually rent. And that's understandable. And other basics, okay, that's understandable. But here's the issue. They also spending their money on stuff that, you know, maybe cigarettes or stuff like that. They spending. They're not being strategic with their spending. You know? They thinking poor. So one thing, when you have a poverty consciousness, no matter how much money you have, you're going to spend it. You don't keep money. That's why you get some people who will win the lottery. You ever seen poor people win the lottery and all of a sudden that money is gone in a year? That's a major thing. But then I've seen some people, instances where they reported somebody was like more middle class or who would win the lottery. And you wouldn't hear from them. They'd get the money and just put it away. They'll put it away. They'll do some real investments and stuff. And, or even you get some other people, they'll win something, but they won't leave their job. They'll have the money. They probably pay off some bills, but they will be smart with their spending. But then you get some people who are actually poor. They get some money. That money is gone right away. Even millionaires, they'll just spend. In fact, I'm familiar with someone who won the lottery in Maryland. He was a friend of my co-parent, like back in the day. I say in the 2000s, in the aughts. He won the lottery. He won millions, and he would just spend. I don't know what he's doing now because he annoyed a lot of people. He annoyed a lot of people. Did get a couple laptops out of him personally, so I was like, okay. Okay, but he didn't have a wealth consciousness. He had a poverty consciousness. He was just spending. See, a wealth consciousness, your very consciousness, you're thinking about how to build money. How to build money. I mean, how to use it wisely. You're not going to get money and spend it right away. When you get money, first of all, you're going to put it into some assets, income assets. You're going to think, okay, what can I spend this money on? How can I make more money? That's how the wealthy think. They get their money, but you notice they don't just spend. They'll think about, what can I do? What can I invest in? What kind of stocks do I invest in? Like stocks, that's major. Stocks, that is major, because one of the things I'll like tune into like during the day is one of the channels, CNBC. I give them a shout out. And all they're doing is talking about stock. But who are investing in it? People who are making some money. They're using that to make money. They're using the money that they're getting to make money. In fact, that's a path to wealth. You know, you don't want to have the income reducing liabilities, but rather the income increasing assets. See, that's a wealth consciousness. You got money, so what can you do to make more money? You know, what kind of skills? How can you use your skills to make more money? You know, how are you managing your money? You know, like you have this whole concept of people being, you know, working paycheck to paycheck. But even if you want minimum wage, you could still put away some money. When I wasn't making that much money, I would still put away a little bit. And then to the point where I would have a savings, and then I could start saying, okay, this is what I can get. This is what can I invest in everything. Because it's not so much how much money you're making, it's how you spend it. See, if someone with a wealth consciousness, I'm gonna tell you what, someone with a true wealth consciousness, let's just say they a billionaire. And there's been a couple shows, Undercover Billionaire, where they would start them off with very little and they would build up. That's because they have a wealth consciousness. Like someone who's like had a lot of money, you can put them in a position where they have nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can make them homeless. Within a year, they'll have something. Maybe, probably not $1 million. Well, most of them won't, but they'll have something because they thinking, okay, how can I use this money as a tool? You know, I'm not going to just spend it. You know, I'm going to spend it, but very strategically. That's very important. That is very important. You know, when you have a wealth consciousness, you're thinking, okay, there's plenty of money out here. Let me use my money wisely. Let me invest in income producing assets. Income producing assets. Let me use my money to make money. So let me, you know, let me put it into maybe some market fund. Let me get some stock. Let me get a real estate fund, you know, stock or something. You know, let me buy this laundromat. Let me buy this property over here. They thinking, how can I make more money? And you'll notice they always have it. Their mindset, they ain't thinking, oh, I don't have money. They're like, no, I'm gonna take what I do have and use it, even if they're minimum wage. In fact, I still need to do a video on that, maybe an on-demand video, maybe a book, going from minimum wage to 6 figures. Still not a millionaire yet, so I can't tell you how to get there. I can tell you how to go from minimum wage to 6 figures though. But it was on the consciousness. I never had a poverty consciousness, even when I was broke, financially broke, because I was still thinking, okay, how can I make more money? What can I do? How can I manage what I have? You know? And that's very important that you develop that type of consciousness. You know, and that's regardless. I mean, I don't care how much money you're making. There's people making 6 figures, but they living paycheck to paycheck. They just spending money. They're broke. An emergency come, they can't do anything. Why? They have a poverty consciousness still, even if they're making money. You want to understand the wealthy, they just know how to use their money. A wealth consciousness is you know how to use that tool properly. And that's what you have to do. That's what you have to stick with, all right? So anyway, I want y'all to think about that and really work, really think about your consciousness. Think about how you spending money. How do you see money? Are you just spend, or are you like being wise? Are you investing in income producing assets? Are you limiting wealth reducing liabilities? You know, can you pay for a $400 emergency? You know, and with insurance, $500 really. Let's just say a $500 emergency if something happened to your car or something. Or if you need to get a car or you need to get something, you know, something come up. You know, how are you spending money? Is it flowing to you easily? Think about all of that, all right? So anyway, y'all know the deal. Let's go make that money.